Okay, welcome. We're going to begin 15 minutes to meditate. Welcome, welcome. So good to see you, Tom. You're so welcome. Harriet, I hope you're comfortable at home. Gabby and I are here trying to be warm in the Spanish houses that are not designed to be warm, designed to keep you cool when the sun is really hot. So we're doing our best to stay warm here. But no matter where we are, all of us are always grateful for all the circumstances in and around us in life. Sometimes we have practices that we know are suitable, helpful within a moment. And then sometimes we have to have that wise discrimination to know when things don't work, just don't work in a particular time for some particular reason, and you have to adapt. So mine or any teacher's instructions, you have to see whether they are helpful or not for you in a moment. Sometimes you know best, sometimes you don't. But at least with the traditional teachings, they are time tested methods that set people free. We can trust in them. So begin by bringing your attention to your feet. Place your attention into the big toes. And stay there as you start to feel the other toes. With your attention can come a white or golden, warm, healing light. Let that light permeate through both feet. And let that light travel up the bones of your ankles into the lower legs. Two lower leg bones, you have the shins, the calves. And guide it up, circling it around your knees. Warm, relaxing, healing light. going up through your thighs. And just feeling the effects already, this lower half of your body. Making sure you can feel both legs, feet relaxed evenly. And feel this light attention come into the base of your spine. You might like to envision a red light here for your root chakra. It's very earthy, ruby-like, powerful. This is your self-acceptance, safety in that, compassion, forgiveness, all about self here. How is it feeling for whole body? Maybe your breath. Rise up to the sacral region, the lower abdomen. You might like to picture radiate an orange, powerful orange light here. Expression, sensuality, sexuality, creativity. Uninhibited breathing. Feel the light rise higher, solar plexus. Now there's a little sun radiating from your core. Gratitude, enthusiasm, to be yourself in life. Who you are is perfect. What you are is always perfect. Rise up into the chambers of your heart. Chest, ribs, feel your arms relaxing. The light can be green here, if you so choose. The green is cleansing, healing. In your heart, a powerful force to give and receive love. To love oneself unconditionally. Into your throat, bright, clear blue. Communicate authentically, necessarily. Kindness. Feel that relaxation for your throat, your mouth, the jawbone. Not people pleasing. Leading you up to your third eye, intuition. Sometimes leaning into that fire, knowing when to ask for help. And as you open the crown of your head, energetically, you just feel divine light pouring, uplifting. And with a few breaths, you can trace a line from base to crown. And just what is any one of us doing here to feel, to experience all of this? Everything is being done for you, to you. And that's your freedom. Freedom knowing that you are the silent witness, watcher, knower. The experience-less experiencer. Closing your meditation anywhere your hands want to be. Om Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. May all beings be well, know peace, and be free. Okay. Let's see how we can move. Oh. You've been sitting on it. You might like to stay on it or come off. We'll change the cross of your legs or just adjust your seat a little more. You might scoop your hips into center, feel the sitting bones even in space. And we'll bring the hands up and overhead. Take an inhale, stretch, reach. Interlace your hands and cup the back of your head here. And just feel that head nestle into the space. And then as you exhale, one elbow over to one side, begin your circling around. The inhales lift you and your exhales pull you around and over. Draw your navel back a little bit. Every time you might feel your arm bones kind of reaching a bit further out, you're paying attention to the sensation in the back of the head with the hands. There's support as well as freedom there. Next time you come up, you can pause. Release the hands for a moment. We can just change out the cross of the legs. It might feel awkward, the non-dominant way. Hands lift up and overhead. As you interlace here, cupping the back of your head, re-establishing your line, and then we'll circle the other way. So you can go as far, leaning over one side. You can make your circles as if you're drawing them in space with your elbows. We move the elements through the body, working with the fire deep in your core. Feeling the air inside and around the body, directing through space, what's grounding you to the mat. And that lovely flow of water through every channel. And next time you come up, you release. I'm going to release the socks as well. And we can take a little roll out of the legs because we might be slightly stuck a bit through the lower back. So just know it takes a lot longer in winter to warm up. You might just consistently feel stiff. And you can allow your right leg to head out a little bit longer outside the mat and bend through the left knee and any other positions that, any adjustments you need to make, go for it. And finding your way into it here. You can lift the arms up overhead. Take a hold of your left wrist and feel your finger bones kind of release any tension through the wrist here. Arms in line with the ears, your chest above the hips. And then start to take a side lean over toward the right leg. And then just go to that place. You mightn't have to go so far where you need to stop. Pause, feel the left hip rooted, grounded. And then you can just relax the right elbow. You can start with the left hand still lifted. You probably feel the dip in the side body. Maybe circle your left wrist. Stretch out through the fingers. And then take your fingertips to the back of the head, back of the ear. Your right hand can rest on the thigh, on the floor. Hand can come here. Take a breath in. And then as you exhale, left elbow toward the right knee and make that curve in the back body, folding down. Inhale as you spiral and open up. You look as far back as you like, or you can keep eyes closed. You can fan out through the ball of the right foot, spread the toes. And again, you're drawing little circles in space. Elbow waving. Breath deepening. Next time you rise, you can relax your hands. Lift the arms up and overhead. Draw your hands to your heart space and allow yourself to fold directly through center. And see how that feels. Often we're going side to side here. When you fold, maybe you sway a little side to side. Or you just want to relax somewhere into the space between your legs. With your next in-breath, curl the chin in, navel to the spine, and we'll roll back up. Nice. Begin to bend the right knee and we'll hold the lower leg. Circle out the ankle here. What it's like then to maybe move that leg back, around, like you're having the Thai yoga massage. And we'll step the right foot outside. So find it somewhere to the ground. It's often helpful here to lift the seat once again. Scoop your hips in and you're right down onto the right hip. Right finger, excuse me, tips behind you. And we lift the left arm. What happens to your shoulders? Sometimes we're already dumping weight in. Keep the shoulders still, chest open, broad ribs in. Take a breath and then make that journey round. Find the twist. You hook elbow, you can wrap around the knee. Arms, feet, legs are like levers. Flex left toes back to the knee. You sit in between the hips. Draw the side waist in, that's it. And smooth the breath. Maybe close your eyes and feel the shape through space. Is your head jutting far out from the center? And you draw the shoulder blades onto the back body. Note, feel the changes if you need to shift the hands or feet. And slowly coming around. And as you circle around, just let your arms head over to the left. Just maybe bow into your hands. The hips kind of move away. Just relax down and maybe a few rolling waves of the spine. Good. We'll come up. Change out the legs. Left leg extends out and the right leg is in. You know, sometimes if the leg is more forward, that's fine too. Just play with what you need for your legs, pelvis in the moment. And the arms can lift up. Find that reach. Find as if you're picking the energy up with the fingertips, lifting the ribs. Where's the head, chest, navel? And take a hold of the right wrist, left index finger and thumb. And just manipulate there a little bit to really lift the bones. Go for the side lean and note you probably don't have to go so far if you're integrated into the hips. Chin in line with the center of the chest. Relaxing through the legs, but fanning out left toes. Relax your left arm. Right arm reaching toward your left side. circling the wrist. Fingertips behind the head. When you inhale, open up here, feel the rib cage. Reach back toward the right side and exhale, right knee or right elbow towards your left knee. And keep going. Make sure you allow room in the legs, the pelvis. Some deep abdominal work. Drawing the circles in space. Or maybe even some figure of eights in space. And then next time you come up, you can pause, relax. Take a little lift of the arms up and overhead. As your hands come into the heart, navel back toward the spine and take a line forward, somewhere over your legs. And you can play with that in space. Where does it feel best for you to kind of dive into, go into? Do you want the stillness? Do you need a little movement? Listening to the whispering of your breath, steady, deep feeling in your body. And inhale to come up. We'll take a hold of the lower left leg. We can start to circle the ankle. And then you can rock it, roll it. Feel where you need to kind of move into. We can step the foot outside. Re-establish the hips, you know. Sometimes you have to move the right foot or your left hip. Your left hand supporting your left shoulder. Space in your chest and your hips, and then you lift your right arm. Always it's a relationship, one side of the body to the other. You're in the center. Start to make your journey twisting around. You can wrap, you can hook. Anything that feels best for you. Really find the way from the middle and then turn. And as you turn, and when you're in the position, the feet, the hands might change. Maybe close your eyes. Try to feel, where's the head in relationship to the center of the spine? How's the breath relaxing through your face? You feel where there's tension, where you can move into that tension or breathe into it. And then slowly come around. As you feel your spine unravel, head over to your right side. Your hips might move back away. You can just do some lifting and lowering of the chest. Some waving actions of the spine. And you can kind of snake-like even your shoulders in this movement. You sort of release any tension in the upper back, chest, neck area. What we'll do from here, next time you're up, release the legs, and you'll come into a tabletop position. You might like to tuck your toes, lift the knees, maybe wiggle the thighs in space. And then, of course, Just allow your spine to open here in this all four position. Stretching through the hands, maybe pressing back to child's pose. You can keep your knees hovering if you like throughout. Just lifting, touching down, lowering. Hands out to the sides. Knees can come together. They can hover for this movement as well. It's easier. We lower hips to one side and then to the other. Enjoy that twist, that curve. Next, when you're ready, you can lay all the way down onto the belly. You come into Sphinx. Bring the forearms under the shoulders. You want to make sure you can see your elbow crease. So it's nice, it's directly under the shoulder line. And maybe draw your pubic bone up toward you a little bit more. Feel the lower belly really stretch out. Now, cat-cow in Sphinx-like style. So you inhale and kind of open up through the chest. Press the elbows down, maybe open the throat. And then as you exhale, squeeze your forearms towards center, upper arms to center. And begin to lift the chest, relaxing the head. And keep going, we'll get a sense of that deep core line. Softening, relaxing as you inhale. And using the force of your exhale to squeeze and lift everything up and in. And a few times, maybe your legs are lengthening behind you. And you can always lift up the knees, come onto the tops of the feet, really challenge your deep core. We'll just rest back in Sphinx. And a little exercise here for your vagus nerve. So you turn, look over left shoulder, just with the head. And you look as far down to the left as you can. And now just keep your gaze left. Maybe around 30 to 60 seconds. And see if you can feel any relaxation in your mouth, eyes staying all the way left. Whole body awareness. Maybe they can look even further left. Head comes back to neutral. You might want to lay down on the back of the hands for a moment and just rest, close the eyes. And come back into Sphinx. When you're on the forearms, allow your gaze to go all the way right. You turn the head to the right, and you keep the eyes holding them there. Take your eyes as far right as you can. And slowly come out. Lower down, hands framing the chest. And when you're ready, press back to downward facing dog. Just feel the hands, elbows coming in. And the little movements you might need here. It's always nice to explore wide down dog. Might also like hands a little closer together, feet closer together. And as you press the chest back, hips high, Really spreading through the feet, toes, fingers. And we walk the feet toward the hands. Take a moment to fold over your legs. Hands can be in the elbows, back of the head, or just swaying. Give the bones a chance to catch up. And then we'll roll all the way up to stand. Squeeze the feet down, tailbone in, navel in. And when you arrive, just honoring that stance, shoulders open, proud, feet stacked under the hips. We take a moment here in Tadasana. As you picture the mountain, sometimes awe-inspiring. That's the symbol for the self. Tailbone heavy, outer hips drawing in. Deep in the body, come back to root chakra. And feel the lightness through the crown of your head at the same time as you relax the chest, the ribs. On your next inhale, sweep arms up and overhead. Urdhva Hastasana. With your arms reaching high here, bend your knees, set the tailbone back, sit bones back. Come into Utkatasana, chair pose. And see what it's like to feel the feet under the knees, press back through your seat, and really get the hamstrings working. Spread the toes, the sit bones, ribs, coming in and down. And then bring the hands to the thighs. And anytime you need to rock the weight in your feet and draw the outer hips in, do so. And then we'll squeeze the elbows back, open the chest. Imagine you're doing your cow pose. Maybe open your throat. Exhale, tailbone in. Feel the ankle bones working as you draw your tailbone underneath, lower back opening, navel back and in, sternum in, chin folding into chest, cat. And a few times, feet grounding, open, soften the belly. Exhale, squeezing in. Sit bones still spreading. Once more, the opening. Soft front body. Thighs, legs burning. Folding it in. This time when you fold in, slide your hands down your legs. Yes. Maybe you like Pada Hastasana. Lift the feet, slide the palms under the feet. Go for that big, wonderful opening into the back of the back body. Head relaxed here. Stretching the chest, lift your inner thighs. And play with this. It's almost like a little balance challenge as well. You feel you tip too far forward or back. And then we'll roll all the way back up to stand. You might like to sweep your arms up and overhead as you rise. Either relax hands to your heart or by your side. And then we'll step the feet wide. Knees above the ankles, spreading through your inner thighs. And see what it's like to just move, or if you can, feel your attention in the pelvis. Maybe draw some figure of eights evenly in the air. with the sitting bones, pubic bone, tailbone. You can keep hands on the thighs or we lift them up and overhead, interlacing the fingers pointing through the index finger. Now you have to feel the power through the ankles, spreading through the toes, protecting your knees with the ankles. And circle round to the right, little half moon circles left, and then up and overhead. Work your deep core. Inhale as you lift, point and reach. Exhale, navel back. Maybe 3, 4 times, round to the right. Steady through your lower body. And maybe 3, 4 times, round to the left. A great way to build heat fast. Oh. Once you're done, hands to your heart, heels back. Take a moment as you find the wide-legged stance. Breath is deepening. Legs grounding. Your choice to fold, hands on the hips, hands interlace behind you. You might like to fold and hold the feet somewhere. What would your body like right now? And before you fold, strong back body, front body, breath flowing. And when you fold over your legs, use the feet, lift the inner knees. Feel your hamstrings lengthen, opening out. And feel that shift in your pelvis as you work to tilt the pelvis. And open the back body. Relax the spine. Relax the head and space. Soft face, soft jaw. Wherever you are, begin to slowly halfway lift the spine. If the hands are raised back to the mat. We'll toe heel the feet in. Coming down into squat. You can move, you can be still. You can support with or without your hands. Eventually guide your sitting bones down. And we'll roll down to the back body. And notice how wonderfully nourishing it is and feels to get the spine flat onto your mat. Making the space, the length, stability in your lumbar curve. And you choose bridge, happy baby, twist, combinations. It can be micro movements. You can have some sort of bigger movements. Use the breath. Where do you want to work? Maybe for the back body, the legs. Once you feel you kind of sloshed and wriggled and stretched and pressed and rolled, anywhere you're going in your day, you have more space, more freedom, you're going to work. We'll take a moment to end this class in a little relaxation, position of choice. Constructive rest, classic Shavasana. Come back to a seated meditation position. These are shorter practices just to inspire you, bring you home back into this vital life force you always have here. And give it back to the ground. You give the bones, the earth. You give the matter back to the matter. So you can be free in spirit, in consciousness, existence. You are the changeless in the changing. Thoughts, feelings, actions, they are coming and going. And the joy and the sorrow is woven fine. So slowly, slowly, I learned to be less attached, reducing expectations, a welcome sense of optimism, greater capacities for objectivity. I don't feel stuck, bound, limited by the changing field of objects. I am home in Om. Om is all this. And just simply I am. And so, my dear friends, you remain in Shavasana, resting perfectly, peacefully in yourself. Blessings into your day, gratitude for us all being here. Dear Gabby, Harriet, Dawn, and anyone that might watch at a different time. Hope to see you all again soon. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.